Welcome back, and this is contact page for Kent Scott, City Council candidate. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this, we're going to copy this, we're going to do our new, paste, save in HTML. It's going to be contact.html. And then we got to do a new save in our CSS folder, contact.css. Oh, looks like we already have one, but I think that's just the templated one, so yes, we don't need to do that. So yeah, we don't. I'm going to grab these, copy everything else. We can delete, because I just want to have the selectors on hand. So let's add my selectors to my cheat sheet. It's a handy thing to have. Put you down here. Okay, so first things first. Let's go up here and remove about and do contact. And then the about, we need the donate. So let's grab donate. So we're going to copy, paste, and now donate is now on the page. I wish everything else was as easy. So let's get our CSS set up really quick. I don't want to do this. So it's so simple, but we technically have two sections here. So we have this landing section with this image and this little gray box that comes across, and then we have this second section with the form, in which the form overlaps. So I think we're going to do two of them. We're going to do two sections to make this easier, because if it's just one big section, it's just going to be a complete mess. And I like to stay organized. So let's take this and let's make our two sections. And take you one more time for the form. Collapse, collapse, collapse. Okay, and this is the CSS for our contact page. So let's get started in HTML. Let's mark this thing up. Contact. And let's see, so we got our active menu is going to be changed. So we're on the contact page, so we actually don't need an active menu, because that's the button here. So I don't see an active menu working. We got about, let's see, we got index. Okay, I just gotta figure out what the heck they want with key issues. Maybe I just put that on the home page. Key issues continued. Oh, did I even put this new content in there? Let's see, let's go to about. No, I did not. Okay, first things first, we gotta add this to the old page. Oops. One paragraph, two paragraph. Add a little break there to make the line. break between the paragraph and our last one. There we go. Alright, so the about page is there. So we're going to go to, let's send them here. Focused on conserving island values. There is, okay. So we're going to have about and then hashtag issues. So when we go to key issues, it's going to be /HTML/about and then /issues. So when we click on that, so we're going to remove this. Let's open this up. I'm going to click on key issues. Oh my god, I got to figure that out. It'll take us right there. So what in the world is this doing here? That's right, because this is inside of this as well now. So on mobile. Interesting problem. So you have logo group here and logo group here. So I mean logo group is in here. So this is desktop. There we go. Okay, so I just removed that on desktop, and then when desktop comes into play, I need that to come back. So add some core styles. Min with 24. Okay, unhidden elements. So we're going to need to do .desktop display block. There you are. And that should work on all of them. Okay, now we got, this is contact. So let's remove all of the stuff we don't need. So we don't need you, we don't need you, we don't need you, we don't need you, we just need donate, so let's get rid of these. So you just hit that donate section, okay, and now let's make a new section here, so landing. Remove these, and landing. So how do we want to structure this? We got an image that looks like it takes up like 55%, 60%. Looks like we got a phrase that needs to stick together. So let's make that one big H1. So that's the big one, H1. Let's do a span inside of it to contact Kent, or no. So I need these to be grouped together. So H1, contact Kent, H2, let's talk wise solutions together. Okay, and so we're going to make this box as a pseudo element, and then I think this image I have saved. So let's make this an image. And what was this thing called? contact wave. This is going to be ARIA hidden, because screen readers don't need to know what it is. It is purely informational. It's not informational, it's purely graphical design. Now, that should do it for the top. And let's get this for the form. And I think I'm going to use a container. And let's start with the form. So right away we got this group of 3. So icons, and so we got circles here. So you can't add a pseudo element to an image. So that means I have to wrap them in a box. So dot box. That's going to have an image in it, / images, / icon 1 green, and this is going to be ARIA hidden equals true. So inside this icons box we got 3 of these, and it's going to be 1, 2, and 3 because that's how I named them, so it's easy. So we got that. Actually, why don't I just put that here? Just hide the whole dang thing, because nothing in this box is important. And then after that box, we have an H2. Let us know if you'd like to help. Okay, and then we got our form field. So what I like to do when I do form fields is I just copy it from another one that I did. So we got name, an email, and let's see, name, email, and then text content area. So I just don't like writing them out again. Whoops. So in your input, have an ID, and then have your ARIA label and the name. I think name is what it will show up in the email. Got to give it a type. What is it? It's a text and a tab index of where it starts, 1, and I make it required. This should be tab index 2, and then this should be tab index 3. And so these labels, all of your forms need to have labels on them, because the placeholders are not enough. Because when you click on a placeholder, the placeholder is gone. So when you click on that, you can't read what it's for anymore, and that's not good accessibility. So this is one where I'm overriding this as a developer. I'm going to have a label, and then I'm going to have the placeholder. So we're going to do placeholder equals name. I don't think we need to do, well, I guess if that's what he wants, required. And another one, email. And then message. And then here, placeholder, it's going to be message, comment, or question. And I think these are capitalized. Okay, and let's see. I don't want to do this. Because this is too much work for me right now, especially on how simple this website is. I did not want to try and get these right. And I'm just going to do another input field. I'm going to put it here, because message usually goes at the bottom. So this is interested in volunteering? Oh, don't be a drop down. Let's try and make them drop downs, because those are easier. Dang it. Okay, so I think are you interested in, check if you are interested in, are you interested no. I'm gonna do these. And you know, if anybody out there is like thinking I'm being lazy, or like, oh, you're just causing more work for yourself to do the damn check boxes. Well, I have tried doing check boxes before, and I can't. So when they check the box, I can't get it to tell me what information they checked the box for, and it's frustrating. And I've tried doing it, and I've spent hours doing it, and I'm not going to spend more hours doing it now, because I gotta pump this thing out, and for whatever reason, check boxes have eluded me. So that's why I'm doing it my own other way. I'm just gonna have two options. Or wait, I'm gonna have three. Sesame select yes or no. This is for gatherings and gatherings. So we connect the forms. The for connects to the select, or the form field ID. Gathering. I like to help with gatherings. Yes. See, tab index. This is going to be 3. Okay, so that's that one. I actually have to step away for a second, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So since I've been gone, I was thinking maybe if I could get checkboxes to work, maybe I can do radials. So I wanted to. So I know I've looked these up before. Radio, buttons, HTML. I guess if I went here before. So I want to do multiple. Let's see what Stack Overflow has to say. They'll need to have the same name. Okay, action, action, action. Okay, so let's see. Volunteering. So let's go back to here. Check if you're interested in. Check if you're interested in. Okay, got this. So if we remove this, yeah, I guess I'm going to put this here. Radio, ready, video, name, action. Okay, value is going to be well, this is going to be the 1, 2, okay, do another one. Oh, no. Wait. Gatherings. Doorbelling. And signs. Okay. So I'll see what that does. And I guess we can put this where it's intended to go. And then we're going to have to change our tab index. Label. Okay, break. I don't like how messy this is. But, let's see. So if I got an input here, I guess this would be the tab index. 4, 5, 6, and then the submit button. Seven. send it. Okay. I think we remove this class. We're not using that. And of course, we need this image. So inside our container, I need an image. Nope, wrong. And which one is this called? It's also about Kent. I'm just going to save this. That's slideshow. Save. Okay, so it'd be contact Kent. Slash content Kent. And we're going to do aria. Well, no, I don't think so, because it's Kent. Kent Scott. Sitting at a table. Okay, I think that's that. So now we go here. So we get our image is taking this up. Oh, so that's what that field set does. It does that little thing. I don't think I need that. It's pretty neat though. I don't think I need it. I do need it to be separate. So I'll take these and then I'll do a radios. And then this legend, I need this to be in its own, let's say dot inputs. Because if I'm going to make them side by side, these have to be grouped together so that I can position these with the legend side by side inside of here. Okay, so this is the mess that we have to work on. Awesome. There's that. So let's get started. So here on landing. Now, I think I just need to make the landing section have this as a background for, actually I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. And I don't need you. So I'll make this the background on mobile. So let's hide contact wave. So we're going to do landing. Image. Display none. So you're going to hide this. And I'm going to grab my background code. So to recap, this is setting the image that we want to use as the background. We want its size to cover the entire container. We want it to be positioned in the center of the container, and we do not want it to repeat. This is you're going to use this every time when you want to make a background image. This the whole time. So when we do that, because I don't think our hero is that big actually, so I need to. So start landing. Oh, that's right, I don't have the right background. Contact wave, so there's that. And now I need a padding top. $150, $200, $250. There, that should be enough space. So this contact Kent, black, this is they're both black, it looks like, but this one is bigger. So I want to do landing H1 is going to be my Illyrian black. Font size 40. And then I'm going to copy and paste this. H2. Italic. 36. So we're left with that. It doesn't look. Are they the same weight? This looks thicker than this. So let's do bold italic. Let's just make it bold instead of black. And that feels a little better. So we got contact Kent. Looks like there's like no margin bottom there. Just do 5. Okay, and this. Oh, this still has landing on it. Form. There we go. So now, as you can see, this form is not full width, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to ignore everything else, and we're just going to make this form full width on mobile. So that means that's going to be that. And let's get these boxes going now. So form dot box. They're going to be 90 by 90. Might be able to get away with that on mobile. Height 90, width 90, background white, display flex, justify content, center, align items, center, so I can center this on the x-axis and center on the y-axis, and form box, image, you're going to be 41, 37, 32, so let's just make these width of 40, and there they are. Border radius 50%. Okay, and I want box. So what I need is, okay, so this icons group, we're going to make this another flex box. And then I want to be a flex direction row. Justify content, so left and right, I want them to be spaced between so that they nudge up against the edge of their container. Right, so this would be from here to here. And I want their container max, I gotta set a max width, so how big is their container? Is 330. So this icon is going to be width 100%, or no, I want space around it on mobile, so 96%, max width 330 pixels. Get some of that off my computer. And margin auto, center it. Alright, that should be about center. So now, excuse me, late night last night. working on the About page. So these icons now, what I want them to do is I want them to overlap this. And I'm going to do that by making this form. I think I'm going to, let's try margin top. I had 100. And then on the landing, position relative, z index 100. Let's try background color. Okay, that helps, but that doesn't help. 10. But then these guys, they don't go on top. Okay, there we go. That's how it works. So that worked out fine. So what I did is I did a margin top of 100. So as you saw, it pulled the front, like the section above it, it pulled it over it. And then I had to set this to be a z index higher than this one, so this overlaps. And then I had to set the icons to overlap that so that it stays on top. And this way, instead of, because I could have just translate X or Y, I could just transform this on the Y axis up, but then that would leave a gap here that I have to fix. So this way it can still, I can still position things relative to their natural position in the DOM. So if I just pull the sections on top of each other and not do transforms, then that makes things a lot easier. So then I need to have another padding bottom, padding top. So I had a padding bottom to separate this because now this needs more space, 100 pixels. And then I need a padding top, 100. No, that doesn't work. Let's do icons. Let's push them down. So icons can go margin bottom 100. Too much. 50. Okay. There we go. So now we got this. 30 in black. Now we got our box out of the way. And you just close this. And we can do form. And I think that looks fine. So let's zoom in here. Now, when we're dealing with these forms, when we want to target them, we have to have the input value. So input brackets type equals text. So we need that, and that type comes from this right here. So now let's target these forms. Let's replace this ID with form. And right away I want them to be display block. Is this the same green as this? 27. Because this looks darker. This is darkened. Grab this, paint, paste. What color are you? 29, 63, 42. 29, 63, 42. 29, 63, 42. 29, 63, 42. Looks like they have an inherent border we have to take off. And height is 50. Width 100%. And margin bottom, let's do 30 pixels. So when we save, I think that 30 pixels is too much, 20. That feels fine. And this placeholder, so if we want to move over the placeholder, we just put a padding left on the input, and that pushes that over. And I want to do placeholder there we go. What color is it? Is it just straight up white? Looks like it. Let's do opacity at 0.7. Okay, and then our label, I want my labels to be big white. So label, actually, in my CSS, label should technically go on top of the form's input because that's how they are in here. Font weight bold, I want to bold them. And then margin bottom, 5. Oops. 5 pixels. 10. Oh, did I have to do a display block on them? Yeah, that did. I have to put a display block on them because I think they're inline. Let's add another. Let's add some more margin on the bottom. Maybe it's 25, just to get a little more separation going. And then the text area. So this message here, this is too small. So I want to do a height of or min height 200. So you can type your message there, and then padding top. Let's do 15. Let's push that message down a little bit so it looks about even up there. And then I think I got to do colons. And then capitalize these. Okay, that's better. So we got that and that. And now let's figure out how the hell how do I do these radials? I'm just gonna, so this is just gonna be me winging it. So this, can I target it this way? Yes. Did that just change all these? No, okay. Legend. Font weight bold. Font size 20. Yeah, font size 20, bold. And display block. Margin bottom 20. Let's get more. Let's get some more space there. Check if you're interested in. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to do these labels. So we gotta do form. Well, I should probably technically put form because I want to scope all my work in case I have to reuse this. So form legend. So form.inputs. And I want label. this jumps on the second line. So I think I gotta put these. Let's get rid of these BRs, these breaks, which creates this space underneath them. I think what I need to do, radio group. I think they need to be in their own div, and I hate to do this because I'm just making more divs inside divs, but I have to, so that they can be positioned next to each other. Okay, so I got div radio group. So now I do inputs dot radio group, and what we're going to do is we're going to display inline block, or display flex. Flex, we're just going to say direction as row, and justify content, space between. Or no, I don't want them to have the space between. I want them to all positioned to the right, to the left. So flex start. There you go. Yeah. So I want them to all start on the left side, and that looks good. So now we just got to do and let's do label. So let's just display inline blocks. I think I have to set it to add a margin. So margin left 10 pixels. Gauge and spacing. Radio group, margin bottom 10. And then that text area, let's give more margin bottom there. Spread that out a little bit. And then of course, sitting Scott. We're going to remove this down here. Because we don't need it. Not on mobile. Unnecessary mobile. So now our button. Form.button solid. That's going to be border, none. Get rid of that border. Background is black. Cool. And this thing is 180 by 60. Okay, cool. And radio group. Inputs. Margin bottom 50. Let's push that button down a little bit. There you go. And there you have it. So there's the quick and dirty input form. And then let's see, this works. Well, I can't. I want to select multiple. Okay. I guess you can't. Okay, well, like that's my fundamental flaw. Radio buttons only allow a single selection at a time. So that means so I make these checkboxes, and that works. I'm just gonna have to figure this out later. So we got our checkboxes. I guess we'll see how that works. So here's this. Now let's flip it, and it still looks good. Let's go to tablet, and it looks like we can rein some things in here a little bit. So let's go to, let's see. Maybe we can start getting close to this style here on tablet. So that's good. Yeah, it's good, a little freaky over here. So landing, our background is going to be transparent. So get rid of that. This is 770. Okay, that's cool. And let's get this landing image. So let's get you set up. I think I need to make it a background again. I think this needs to be a background, because if I want this to be like this on all screens, like all screen sizes, so I have to make this dot wave. So we get our dot wave. So instead of images, we're doing dot wave, which is display none, and then dot. So it's going to be position absolute. So that means the container has to be position relative. It's going to be on the right of 0. Width is going to be 55%. And then I need to set it as a background. Contact wave. Height 100%. And let's just see what this does. Top 0. Okay, so, because we have that margin, that overlapping margin here. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to remove that margin. So on form, margin top is 0. So I come back up here. It looks like we had a little bit of a space. To cover. I wonder why it's giving me that line. Okay, it's not part of it. It's giving me a little line here. so what I want to try, so what I guess what I'm going to try and do is instead of width, it's going to be top 0, bottom negative 20 pixels. So I want to stretch that, and then overflow hidden, so that when it overflows, the landing section is hidden. There you go. So that'll cover that up. And now let's do this box. I think this is 241, 241, 241. So we're going to do landing. I think I remember that color from the About page. So we're going to copy our pseudo element code for our overlay. And I'll make this RGB 241, 241, 241. Here's the before. Is it? Oh, let's use the index of 1. There it is now. That's our box. So what I need to do now how tall are you? .277. So I need to make this height 277 pixels. Bottom 0. So there's that. Now who's on top of who? Looks like Abigail is on top of this one. So I need this wave needs to go on top of that. I think this is also overlapping this. So our actually, I can just do it here. What is it? Heading? There, so that puts that back on top. So now we got this getting started here. I think we can make the landing a little shorter for tablet. Let's try 5. And then let's make this before 177. There you go. This overlaps. This is good. Okay, so this is a good, yeah, I can get behind this. This is 802, so it's wider than a tablet screen. So I think I still keep this here. However, I need to adjust the padding now, because I gotta push these, they're too close. This is too messy. Form, so I want my form, or no, just my form. Let's do 100. Let's squeeze this in a little bit. And then my icons, I guess what I could do is I'll just make them position absolute. Actually, I don't know why these are inside the form. These don't belong there. position them outside of the container. Let me see if that changes anything on mobile. It does not. Let's put these outside the container, and then form can be positioned relative, and then form icons, position absolute, and they will be I guess we could put them inside the container. So we can put them in there. And then that means I need form container needs to have position relative on it. So that's absolute. And then top, I don't know, negative 50 pixels. And left, what do I want to do? (63) 63 pixels. Okay, so we're going to come back up more. 70, 90, oops, 90. Okay, that feels better. And now on our form, I need a padding top. 80. That's 80. That means this needs to come down some more. 30. Okay, even more. Looks like they're okay. They're not halfway. It looks like the image is like right on the line. So we need to come up a lot more. Nope. I think 40 does it. But honestly, because we're in tablet, this doesn't look right. It's off-centered. So we're going to just center it. 50%. Transform, translate X, negative 50. And that will position it horizontally. That looks better because everything else is kind of centered, aligned. So we're going to stick with that. And so I think I want to do that split thing here. So let's do that. Let's make this happen. And that's going to be radios. Just display flex it and justify content. How do we want it to be positioned? Looks like it's centered. So let's center then. And I want this.
Daddy's asking crackers.
You gotta ask Mommy.
Mommy's asking crackers.
All right. Little guy came barging in asking for crackers. That sounds like mommy territory right there. So with 170. Excuse me. So we're going to align content center, or align items. Legend looks like you get a margin on it, 0. Same thing with the inputs, form inputs. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, looks like label. We have to do that thing where last of type, margin bottom 0, so that they can properly position themselves. it's a radio group. There you go. Now this looks fine. And radios, margin bottom 50. So we got that. I think are these off-centered? They appear off-centered. Let's see. So this label doesn't need a margin bottom. So here's our inputs. Okay. Looks like input type checkbox has its own little margin. Input. Oops. Is that it? Input type equals checkbox. Yeah. Margin top 0. Cool. So then what I'm going to do is this radio group. I think it's in here. Radio group, we're going to align content, or align items center, so that they should be centered. Oh, I think I also got to do I think this should go in mobile. Right here. And then margin bottom 0. There, now that should be centered now. Okay. And these radio groups, these should have 15 pixels, at least for mobile. And then it looks like they got, it's 20 on tablet, so let's do that. So inside the form radios, so inputs, here's inputs, so that means that it goes here. Alright, so that should be that. And I think that's good for, I think we're good there. Except for this. Donate. For whatever reason. There we go. Now it's even. Okay, so that's tablet. Now let's do our desktop. So we're on small desktop, and so this is 802. So I think what we can do is make this the same, the width, and we can introduce this bar, but this picture won't come into play until 1300, I think. So form, I think the form needs to be 802. So form, like the form. So on 64, no, not donate, form. So form needs to be width of 802 pixels, and form background transparent. Oh, here it comes. Excuse me. And then we need a background on the form. Primary. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to get our padding for the inside of the form. And the padding top is 80. So that's 80 pixels. The padding right is 87. So it goes 87, 85, 85. I'm just going to do 87, 85, 87. So 80 on top, 85 on the right, 87 on the bottom. No, 80. Dang it. 87 on the right, 85 pixels on the bottom, 87 on the left. When we do that, we get this. So we push everybody in, and let's get this all figured out here. So this is a margin bottom of 40. Right now it is 30. So form H2, 40 pixels. And for whatever reason, our labels. Oh, I chose the wrong label. Why is? That's right. When I changed the label here, I don't want late. I want the other one. So form.inputs. I want that label to have margin bottom of 0. So that's a specificity. So it shows all labels within the form, which is not what we wanted. And it also applied to these. So I went in and fixed that. And oh yeah, it looks like they have a border bottom. That looks like 2 pixel border bottom. Okay, so let's go back to first part. Add a border bottom. Okay, and actually on iPad, I think I can do this. I'm going to do side by side. Let's go back to iPad. And I want to grab, let's copy this. Where's that? There it is. Text and email. Legend, that's on sort of the lower one, that's icon, so it would fit here. Width of 45%. Display inline block. And let's see. So for whatever reason, they're not fitting next to each other. That'd be 40? No. Oh, it's because the labels. I see. I think we're going to run into a problem. So if I want these to be next to each other, they have to be in a group. So input group. And this should not affect them at all. .input group. When we do this change, obviously nothing happens. So what I need to do instead is I can get rid of this. So now the input groups are side by side. Let's see. If I do a form, let me try this. Display flex, because I want these guys to be pushed to the side here. Display flex, justify content, space between. Let's see if that messes anything up. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I put this on the form. I want it on form. That totally ruins everything. Yeah, flex wrap. I mean, yeah, none of this makes sense. I can't do this on this form. So that doesn't work. Let's do where am I at? Oh, I'm not on 48. I'm on 60. So, no, I'm actually on 48. Okay, here's the group. So if I want, let's try, let's grab the first one. Margin right auto. That doesn't do it. Int of type 1. No, I guess that's not going to work. I mean, the other option is int of type 2. Float right. Yeah, I guess that works. I guess one of the few reasons to have a float. So we can get that. And my H2 is, I mean, you need this thing needs a margin bottom 40. So container, I need to push that down a little bit. And I think that works. So we go to responsive. There we go. That looks fine. Now let's get these guys situated. So form icons. Left 63 pixels. Transform none. And then top negative 100. 50. Let's try 60. I think 60 is good. But it needs to be, yeah, I think it's where it needs to be actually. But it needs to overlap now. So, what was it, 772? Is that what it was? Landing. So you got that, and then the original height for this thing, what, 279? Yeah, about 279, whatever. So 279. So that does that. Now what I need to do is this needs to come on top. As this needs to start overlapping now. So I need landing to be z-index of 10 again. So we're going to z-index u. I'm going to come to form, and form, margin top of -200. So we're going to keep encroaching on it until these are just underneath this line. Let's try 80. And then our form, z-index 11, or 100, position relative. There we go. I had to give it a position relative so that it can take a z-index. And then these icons need to be z-index of 1, 1, 1, 1. So it needs to go on top of that. This is 772. 359 is the padding. Padding top is 250, so landing needs to be a padding top 359. So you can push that down, and this is actually pretty close. So what I need to move this over. So it looks like my heading here, what is this width? Let's make it 600. So width is 600. Here it is. I need its margin. Is it in a container? Yes, it is in the container. So I want the container's max width. If I make a container here, that is 1,000 wide. And this is in the this is centered. Okay, so if that's centered, that means this has a margin left of 130. I need my landing container to be a max width 1,000 with 100%. That's going to delete that. Let's delete that. And that should create this that we see here. So that should stay because our container is 1,000 pixels wide. This is our container. And inside of it, we have this that is 600 pixels wide, and it is 130 pixels from the left of the container. And that's how I figured out this spacing and how to do that, so that no matter how big the screen gets, this will stay where it's at. Now, let's get our black box here. So much like we did for landing on right here, we're going to do that for form. Position relative, form, and then that color is again going to be that. I gotta do it again. $47, $47, $47. And this thing is 252 tall. And I want it to be at the top. Okay, so now we got that. Now let's adjust it. So we have it placed. And from the top, let's just keep shifting it until it meets the, oh geez, until it meets the bottom of this. So keep going. And right there. So let's go up. There we go. So top of 280. Excuse me. And that's how we do that. Looking pretty good. This is off center. This form has a margin right on it. Where is it coming from? Maybe because it's display block and it's not margin auto. I gotta put that. This margin auto is resetting this margin top, so we gotta actually move it below it. So margin auto. Honestly, what is this? It's like this doesn't want to be centered. Oh, I put the margin auto on, not the form. There we go. Now it's centered within its container. This looks good enough for me. So let's go to Big Desktop. First of all, why are these moving the way they're moving? It's because my container. So my container, whatever my container is right now, needs to stay at 824. There you go. So it'll stay at this size for now. And when we go to 1300, these guys will stay. And now, so this to here is 1115. And so if I make a 1200 pixel container, that means everything is aligned to the right. Okay, so here the container is going to be 1200 pixels. Okay, and then I need to that's going to mess that up. That's fine. And now I need to bring back sitting Scott. Okay, and so I need to okay, so on the container I need to do display flex justified content flex end. So I want it to be at the right side at the end of the container, like so. And then position relative, I see index 111. this is not behaving well. I think I have to set its implicit. So height 621, width 313, and then I think we got to align items, flex end, so at the bottom. So I want that line at the bottom here. So there's that. And it looks like this is at the top of that. So that means this form's margin top needs to come down a little bit. So if I do that, if I do that, okay, so this lines up with that. It lines up right here, right? So now we're just going to move our before back up. So our form, that margin top that we had, that pulls it on top of the section, it is now going to be negative 272 pixels. And now we have to adjust our before. There. Before is now top 272. And I think that's how that works. So there's that, there's that. I think we're done. Oh, no, we got a problem here. Because margin auto, so we need a form. We gotta change that margin right to 0, because right now it's margin auto, so it's positioning self. It's pushing everything away. We take away that margin right, it stays. I think I gotta position these. I gotta position this better. See how it moves because the container got bigger. So let's position these better. On 1300, I want my form icon. So sitting Scott container, I think that goes here. Left 50% margin, left negative 100. So now let's just let's position them manually. It's not too much. So I'm just going to eyeball these, and I think that's enough eyeball. So now when we are here, they stay right where they are. They don't move. And that's it. Oh, we also have to add a hover. You can get rid of this. We gotta have a hover state on our form button. There you go. So hover, background, white, color, black, boom, boom, donate. And that's our contact page. So there you have it. That's how we put together something like that. I think it's good enough. We got our focus. Awesome. Okay, so that's it. Actually, now we're officially done with this homepage, contact page, and about page. So now all that's left is just adding the Facebook links and stuff. And honestly, there's not gonna be a lot of optimizations with this. All I have to do is compress these images. And that's it. Let's see, do I have jQuery on the homepage? I could probably remove jQuery, because that's another thing you don't need. So yeah, get rid of jQuery. I think I get rid of this Poppins, because that's pretty standard. So let's get rid of jQuery. Because I have that for my navigation. So let's open up that same one again. Let's open up Paintworks. I'm going to steal the code that I made. So this is the navigation now without. There you go. See the hamburger menu? Like this is just toggle. I'm using the toggle class on jQuery to handle this. So instead, I'm just going to replace this. So that jQuery that was up here is now replaced with this one line. Nice and easy. Let's save that and let's see if that worked. And there it is. Wonderful. Oh, except that. Jeez. Sorry to knock these down a notch. 99. Okay. So form icons. That's going to be 99. Okay, let's check on you. This works. Okay, now let's see. Let's remove our jQuery and see if it still works. Wonderful. No more jQuery and no Poppins. You don't need that. So that's going to save some loading. Oh yeah, this title is way off. Kent Scott. For BI City Council. I think that says South Ward District 2. South Ward District 2, yeah. Okay, so we got that. That's solved. And all that's left is just doing the description, keywords, canonical. You need this in all your websites, canonical. Because this is what your website will be. HTTPS / www.mywebsite.com. So I don't think I need to do an optimization video on this because I've done 2 others and this is very simple, honestly. So I'm just going to wrap this up. I'm just going to optimize my images and call it a day. So I think we got everything we need out of this. Let's make sure this works. Okay, that doesn't work. So in our contact, about that HTML, there we go. So here goes to about, key issues, donate, Kent story, okay. Goes, nope, that's supposed to go back to home. Oh, this doesn't have one. Okay, so slash index.html. This should be contact. So I'm just gonna fill in all slash HTML slash contact. So I gotta fill in all these links. And going to fill this in. So remember, this was the hashtag issues. So there's that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, save. So I'm going to index, take this and paste. So I got all these links here. And then this has to go /index.html, go to contact, fill in the same information, /index.html. Okay, that should all be good now. Button solid. I need a donate link from them. Okay, now I think this is good. This goes to home. Not a bad looking home page here for something so simple. Just a nice, easy city council candidate website. So everything, I'm just checking everything works. So where does that go? I'm just gonna have to do a meeting with Kyle and my designer and find out where the rest of these links go. About Kent, actually about Kent, I can do that right now. Homepage. /HTML/about. Okay, make sure I got that. I got that one at least. Like this, learn more. I think this can go to the. Let's go to that issues page. So learn more. This can go to HTML/about hashtag issues. So that's going to go there, where we learn more about that. And I think we got, this one doesn't work. So we're on the about page. About. I didn't have a slash. Huh. That slash is important. Okay. Got it. I think that's everything now. Just doing my cursory glancing, checking to make sure everything works. Kent story. Get in touch. Okay. Key issues. All that works. Back top works. Okay, we got a fully functioning website here. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. We definitely had a couple interesting problems that we worked through, and I'm glad we did. So hopefully this was a useful use of your time. And yeah, the next one I'm working on an electrician's website for the next video, and this is going to be probably the most stylish, sexiest electrician's website in the US. Very, very confident about that. So on our next video, I think you'll see where that confidence is coming from, because it's gonna look pretty nice. So that's gonna be the next one. It's gonna be an electrician. Let's make an electrician's website in the next series. So hopefully this helped, and you know, go try and build your own. Do it from scratch. Follow my process and see how much you can retain, and just get better at what you do. That's all it takes. Just keep building, keep building, keep building. I've built over 100 websites by now, and that's why I'm able to do what I do efficiently and fast and effectively. I can solve the problems because I've seen almost all of them. So just build websites. I mean, you're not going to be an expert building 4 or 5. Obviously, you have to. I've built almost over 100, so that helps me kind of understand what I do, because I've hammered in the process 100 times, and now it's just second nature. So that's why I'm hoping to do these video series for you guys, so that you can see my process, and instead of having to build 100 websites to get there, you can just follow along, build a few, and kind of pick up where I am right now. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments, if you like anything. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good in my videos of not saying, hey, if you like this, smash the like button and subscribe and do this. I don't, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. You don't need me to tell you. So, but I'm glad you're watching and enjoying the channel, and hopefully you continue to enjoy it. So, thanks for watching.